Hi, everybody, and happy Friday. I'm so excited to be here with you all. It is Angelic Ray coming to you at Angelic Soul 11. I'm sorry I was running a little bit late. I am going to put this music on, though. Happy Freaky Friday. So, hola, hola. I'm just going to give it some time for people to come in. I did say 11 o'clock and I am running 30 minutes behind, but it's all good, right? I love you all. I brought out my sacral singing bowl, crystal bowl, so I am going to actually give us a moment to sit down together and breathe into the space and just really allow for us to really tune into that cosmic womb space and just really get it in harmony with our divine selves, our whole selves, right? It doesn't even have to be the divine feminine self. I want you to be so organically yourself in an orgasmic way that you channel whichever frequency comes to you, whether it's masculine, feminine, or the duality or the harmonious company of one that dance. Hello, right? And we're just gonna allow for that expansion to just we're gonna put out our truest form and our all our desires and needs and wants being already fulfilled, what it is that we're looking to manifest. We're going to put that into the space. We're going to breathe together, and through that breath you're going to rise, bring your breath up, bring your energy up, and really just manifest what it is that you want to manifest within the next couple weeks, right? It's definitely a goddess portal energy, right? It's Venus Day, and Venus is known as the goddess of love and everything like that, but Venus is really more so the house of values and what it is in the material realm in which you wish to bring security, in which you wish to see the beauty of your manifestations, of your creation, right? The Venus energy is the child that is born. It is the manifestation that came from the ethers into the physical. It is the tangible aspect of it, in a sense, right? Where the moon is the mother energy, where she is just flowing and allowing for all the goddess energy to nurture that creative energy, right? What it is that you're creating. So what it is that's in that mental space, right? That's in that consciousness and subconscious and all your waters and your being, what it is that you have been nurturing in yourself. You are going to be making love to that with your breath, allowing the masculine energy of that breath and the water to just unite with each other, right? There's oxygen in the water too, so making sure there's a proper balance of that oxygen into that water. And for proper breathing and proper visualizations, right? Allowing for that chi, for that fire to just activate you and bring all the visualizations it is that you need, and hopefully whatever you gain out of it, whether it's just a moment of breathing and feeling good, or you get some answers as to how to bring forth what it is that you truly value at this time. What are you focusing on and birthing that? That is what this portal is about. This portal is about bringing that which was in the subconscious. Hey, my fishes are excited now, right? All this mermaid energy, right? So allowing yourself to really bring it into the earthly realm, in a sense, right? Venus energy is really allowing for the planet Venus energy, that war, right? It's all your cells and organs that's in the reproductive system all together to bring it to Gaia, to bring it here, right? So that's what we're going to be focusing on for this portal energy, is birthing everything that we have been having in our minds, in our souls, in our spirits, in our body, to bring into manifestation, right? We're going to allow the moon energy, the goddess energy, to work her way through us and really allow for the moon and the sun to make love with each other, right? So then channeling that heat, right? So the breath is going to be, you can do a breath of fire if you would like. That the breath of fire is a more fast-paced breath where it'll really stimulate that chi, that fire energy, that masculine energy. Okay, so the fire and the air being masculine, and then the water and the earth being feminine within you, and you being the divine spirit that's really cultivating all the elements inside of yourself and the masculine and feminine energies to make love. I'm not necessarily going to guide it. I'm going to just maybe guide us to close our eyes and to get into the breath. You can do a slow paced breathing, whichever is most comfortable for you as well. And that can still stimulate your chi energy, whichever is most beneficial for whatever it is that you're looking to manifest. I don't know how long I'm going to be playing the singing bowl, but I'm just going to put it in real quick. And I guess some Indian flute needed to come in because that is not the type of music that I put in, but it is what it is, right? And then we are going to have a nice little chit-chat about all the Freaky Friday goodie stuff, right? I know it's not like a late night, but this is what it is at this time. And so hopefully you are 18 and older, or 21 and older, depending on your state. Listen, this ain't for children is my point. This is adult stuff, so mind your business if you're not of age. If you do have your children around, I'm not 100% sure how this live is going to go, like what is going to arise, what questions might come out, because this is going to also be a Q&A. So feel free to ask whatever questions you want to ask. I am going to try to keep it focused on Tantra, where it is, yes, sexual energy, but Tantra is a lot more than just like the sexual. It's very intimate, and it's in the realms of that fertility and creativity, and it might get some kinky, right? It might get a little freaky, right? Or it might not. So this is just that disclaimer, because I don't need your kids repeating some stuff that you might get upset. I can't watch Angelic go live because she said something about a dick in a hole and this and that, and I said, I told you so. I mean, we're not going down the glory hole right now and stuff, we're going to try to keep it clean here, but it just might end up having some little pathways there that you might be like, oh, what's down this alley? So, fair warning, y'all. All right, so let me get comfortable myself. I thank you all for tuning in, because I am kind of like late, but you all love me, right? I love y'all. Okay, let me take a sip of water real quick. How is everyone doing? Can you hear me well? Because I just went off on a rant without even knowing if you can hear me. Great rising. Yeah, can you all hear me? Awesome. All right. I'm already hot, just saying. So I want you all to get in a comfortable position. You can be in a laying down or in a seated position, whichever is most comfortable for you. And just really allow yourself to get comfortable. We're going to get into a relaxed space here. You can close your eyes or keep your eyes open. I'm going to count you down 3 breaths. It's going to be an inhale. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Do a long, slow exhale out of the mouth for the first 3 breaths. After that, breathe at your pace, at whichever pace is most comfortable for you. Now, one thing with the singing bowl here, we're going to see how it plays out, right? What I love about the singing bowls that I have noticed is it really does collectively know how to channel each of our energies. And so depending on everyone's energy, it can go really loud, it can go low. I'm going to try to definitely keep it at a like neutral pace here for everyone, so that we're just in that alignment together. And yes, so we're gonna take our first deep breath in, and you're gonna hold it. Allow your mind to relax in your body. Feel your breath and release. Really allowing for all the air to escape out of your belly. When you take your next inhale, allow the inhale to go into your reproductive system. If you are a woman, allow it to go into your womb. So we're going to take another deep breath in. Feel the energy cosmically dancing with each and every cell and organ of your being. Release the breath. Relax. There's no need to rush, and the time is all infinite as your creation. And we're going to take a next inhale. Swallow. And allow the waters to trickle down with your breath into your womb. And release with a deep sigh. As you are breathing, allow yourself to intake the cosmic mother, the divine goddess within us all, to invoke us, develop us into her being and us into her being. Ooh, somebody didn't like that. That's all right. You become one and the same. Allow yourself to go into the womb space. Allow yourself to feel the waves and the currencies in your body. Go to the deepest, darkest spots into your womb, into your space, and breathe there. This is a place of infinite possibilities. Of divine creation. connect with your divine masculine energy to bring forth that light and creativity. Allow yourself to travel in any space at this time, fully develop in your masculine and feminine being, and your wholeness integrated as a cosmic orgasm waiting to explode and bring that which is all fruitful in you into the physical to be tangible. There's no need to resist. The infinite universe wants to give you what it is that you want to give yourself, and it is okay to receive. We welcome all that is for our highest and greatest good to be received into this space now. I'm gonna break some energy. You can dance to your music. We are holding you as a collective as we believe in ourselves. In that beautiful shade of rainbow and deep purple that you are, a starseed, excited to be free and to create. That is what you are. I'm just gonna allow the music to go down and allow you guys all to breathe. I want you to keep focusing on your breath. Connect with the temperatures of your waters. Are you hot? Are you cold? Allow yourself to dance with your cells and your body. Feeling the vibration. Make love to yourself in ways that you would want anyone else to make love to you. Allow the energetic exchange of the waters and the fire and the air and the earth to all make love to one another in creation of you in each and every cell, every organ of your being. All the molecules, all the atoms, neurons, all the nadis, your subtle body, all making love to you at this time. Feel free to rotate your body and move your body in a sensual way. If you feel the need to move, to release and bring the energy up. Dancing is definitely a tantric healing modality in which can bring in the fruitfulness, ecstatic energy down into the physical for your manifestation to be tangible. You are a cosmic orgasm, tangibly here to create infinitely. You are the spirit of abundance and prosperity, for it is organically in you. And all your cells, in each and every breath that you take, creates an explosion of ecstasy with every second in your being, pulsating into your bloodstream and all realms and dimensions of your existence, creating such a dynamic life force in you that is so ready and purely, divinely devoted to you to activate and to penetrate into this reality for you so that it can matter into what is valuable to you and your foundation and your creation. Allowing you to fully envelop being a god, being a goddess, being a creator in your androgynous spirit. Allow yourself to feel the sensation of the air touching the hairs on your skin, allowing for the goosebumps to develop themselves in full ecstasy of your energy and the energetic exchange of frequency that is happening. Allow yourself to dance in pure devotion of ecstasy in your energy, just making love to yourself. Which element is most prominent to you? Allow yourself to tap into that dominant element of your being and fully take some charge in that ecstasy to bring direction to the thought form entity of which you are creating. Allowing for the divine cosmic energies to support you in full excitement of the collisions of orgasms that is happening each and every time you breathe, creating an alchemical process that is just divinely orgasmic for you to be in a space of ecstasy beyond your physical body. Where each and every one of your cells is a cosmic entity making love inside of thee. Feeling like a cosmic orgy in which all of it is you, is we. Allowing yourself to be the divine feminine energy, receiving all that direction, all that masculine energy that is just penetrating into your cosmic womb, into the cosmic space, creating an elixir of divine creativity, waiting for you to just release, waiting for you to submit and release, allowing it to be that orgasmic flow that is just overflowing, pouring out of you into the space of which you are allowing this tangible energy to form and a stable foundation with you in the most orgasmic value energy, divinity. Allowing all your birthmarks, all your melanin and pigmentations to really activate, opening their eyes and energies. Allowing all the neurons in your brain to feel like tentacles that is just making love to each and every thought form within you. Morphing into so much creativity, into all the many babies in which you are creating, in all the realms and dimensions in which you are focusing your energy to, with infinite abundance and possibilities and probabilities and resources available. Allowing yourself to just dance in that frequency in every color of existence that is you. Allowing for the portal to just be so open that anything that you wish to access that you have not allowed, it is pouring through the abyss, just like a ray of light shooting straight into you, allowing for you to just receive another orgasmic collision inside of you. For you have been penetrated with that frequency that is you, and all of you ready to just give yourself everything in which is divinely yours. For you have masturbated into that space as a true master of your energy, a true master of your orgasms, and releasing in the frequency in which you are the creator. Just breathe into those vibrations and sensations at this time. Feel the flexibility of all the plasma, of all the life source and fluids that is skeeting all over you. Do you feel it? Breathe into that space and allow yourself to direct that breath into the palm of your hands, bringing your ecstasy in a space where you have the whole world of that entity of your creation to morph however you so choose to in the palm of your hands. Feel it. Give it all the light and energy in which you wish it to have, and morph it into whatever color and shape it is that you are giving your manifestation, your baby. Allow yourself to push it out of your cells, out of your bloodstream, out of your yoni, out of your chef, wherever you feel like you need to release this life force, and bring it into the palm of your hands in full trust that you are the developer of this creation. You are the mother and the father of this creation. This is your baby. And draw it with a deep inhale as you are breathing it into your womb space or your reproductive system. Swallow, allowing it to be in the belly. Bringing your hands to a downward triangle and release your breath and saying, it is done now. Allow for your hands to be over your reproductive system or your stomach, whichever is most comfortable for you, in a downward triangle. And feel the vibration. You have given birth to it and swallowed it whole and complete again to be able to reproduce it over and over and over and over infinitely, birthing that which you create. For as long as you shall choose to create it. Allow yourself to breathe, bringing your hands to your knees, hugging your knees and bringing the breath upwards. Stretching out your chest, opening up your chest up to the sky, really opening up that heart center. You can open your throat, bring your head back and gaze up. And really allow for that energy to just rise up. You can keep your chin locked if you would like to keep the energy in your higher self while still keeping it in your body. You can move your shoulders in a rotation, in a circle towards the back, really opening up and dancing with the energy. And the opposite direction. Release your breath. Into that space. going to count from 3 to 1. So take a deep breath in. 3, swallow. Take another deep breath in, don't release. 2, swallow. One more inhale. 1, swallow. And release. You can open your eyes. That was different. Allow yourself to get presence into your body. Allowing your flesh to be your protection, to be your earth, to be the element that is your foundation at this time. Allow your earth to morph however she needs to. Fully aligned with all the chakras, that is in alignment with that creation in which you are the mother, father to. I don't think I've ever done that like that, but it is what it is, right? That's what happens when you're connecting with a collective. I would like to hear your feedback and what you are all feeling right now, so that we can get into some Q&As based on your experience. That was amazing. I'm sweating. When you are in that space, if you haven't allowed yourself to actually feel what it is to love on yourself, to create your own orgasm without physical touch, I definitely recommend you keep doing that practice and get used to honoring yourself. That is a form of sexual healing. That is a form of manifestation. That is a form of Tantra. It is a form of yoga. It is a form of magic. It is a form of honoring thyself and really respecting who you are and what you are. Taking me away from the schoolwork. Yeah, to get aligned with my spirit. I did feel some resistance going on. So I was definitely just trying to, I know what I do when I'm by myself, and like working on one-on-one is a bit different than working with a group, and really allowing for the group's energy to transcend how it's supposed to transcend, right? You are your creator, and whatever experience it is that you had, you created that experience within yourself. It allows for you to know how deep you allow your energy to flow and expand. It shows you how much you allow yourself to envision, how much you allow yourself to experience, how much you allow yourself to receive, how much you allow yourself to give. It is a very self-realization type of meditation, although it is very, very, very sensual. And when done in private, you could actually allow yourself to have an orgasm where it is an energetic orgasm, or it is also a physical orgasm, and that orgasm will affect men and women a bit differently based on the way that their reproductive system works. I def love every second of it. It felt like what I needed, not only to connect more authentically to my womb space and my creative space, not only to connect more. I felt like I was about to astral project. That can happen. That definitely can happen. Tantra is a medicine on its own. You can definitely get into a space of having an outer body experience with Tantra, and that is definitely really common. It's not something to be afraid of. It's just about how much you really submit to your energy and how much you allow yourself to really collide with your every aspect of your being, and not just getting so caught up with the physical. And that is why it was important for you to get into that space with your mother, father, self, the androgynous being of yourself, not regardless of you being a male or a female. Allowing yourself, see, because when we have that energetic orgasm, it is a completely different orgasm than a physical orgasm. It can be actually quite the same depending on the person, but if you've never done it before, it could, and especially if you're a woman, it could feel like you are giving birth to yourself all over again. It's like you become every goddess in existence and every god in existence. And for the males, it can be quite similar. The difference is when female ejaculate, they are in a space of constant regeneration, and charging themselves up with that energy. Where men, when they ejaculate, they are literally losing that life source, and so they get tired, especially if they're not like ejaculating into another womb space. That life force is being depleted. If it is ejaculating into a womb space, obviously it can create a baby, right? Those patterns are doing things regardless of what's happening physically. What is in the mental body, what is in the emotional body, what is in the spiritual body is what is most prominent of that energy, for it to be what it is that you are creating with that life source energy, because that is exactly what womb space is. It is creative space. It is the space of all possibilities. It is the space of you, just that cosmic orgasm, right? That, like the Big Bang Theory. You be a Big Bang Theory in each and every cell and organ of yours, right? Dancing is definitely another way of channeling like the tantric energy. Yes, the dancing movement of my womb space was a beautiful feeling. Yes, thank you for sharing. Very physical to me. Let me read what you wrote before that. I love the dance into it and could envision the creative energy, creating it, breathing it in and holding it sacred, and then birthing it out. Wow, I saw the cosmos. Beautiful, definitely. Very physical for... What do you mean by very physical? Like the way that you have to channel in the cosmic orgasm? I just want to make sure I'm not misinterpreting what it is that you're saying. And if you have questions, there's a box down below. You can definitely, I'm just gonna, ooh. All right, maybe I should just wait. There we go. Right, allow yourself to be in control. If you need to ground yourself, right, allow yourself to bring all that energy. Breathe it down into the soles of your feet. Bringing it down. Feeling roots growing out of yourself and holding on and connecting with the magnetic gravity that is connecting with you in a dance, right? Through magnetism, right? Be a magnet. I saw in the beginning that you were Kali. Very physical in the way that I felt like I was feeling very orgasmic. I even felt the fullness of being pregnant with life. I could feel the birth. Yes, 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 yes. And that's why I love when I'm doing the one-on-ones with these in a way, because it's a very interesting experience to see how a person allows themselves to connect. I was just watching my fish. Just the fish right now are doing the silliest things, by the way. Hola. Is there any questions or a specific area in Tantra? I'm sitting here breaking this up like I'm about to do some weed. Is there an experience that you would like to experience in regards to Tantra that maybe you have any questions about? Or is there anything in regards to, we're talking about sexual healing here, so it can be physical, it can be mental, it can be spiritual, it's all connected. But is there, sometimes it can be that your energy levels may feel low, and so you may not have like a high sex drive. And if that's the case, what do? I'm definitely gonna recommend drinking a lot of water, doing some exercise. Try to get the movement done. If it's low energy and you don't really have the urge to have sex, it's about moving your body, move the energy, right? Because at that point you have a lot of energy that's condensed into a space. Whether you are male or female, rotating the hips area, right? Allowing yourself to rotate it to really open up that sacrum, right? Really open up the space. So the sacral is the seat, that is the chakra point, the seat, but the sacrum itself is part of the pelvic area. And allowing for your hips to expand open, and really also you can give yourself your toes you could give your feet a foot massage, to start stimulating the root chakra, right? You start stimulating the root chakra. You stimulate it in a very intimate way. You create a space of intimacy with yourself. You could also, bring in certain smells, what aromatherapy, certain scents to trigger that stimulation. Allow yourself to possibly do a shower or a bath with a specific herb. All right, it could be as simple as even having a soap that is that scent, right? Hip opener and flexes definitely help. Absolutely. Whether you're male or female. Also squats, just to really open up that space within yourself. Even certain steams, I talk about the steams a lot as well, that definitely helps move the energy. Drinking certain teas. So I have like raspberry leaf in there. Some, what else I have in here? I have cinnamon. It has lemongrass. There's quite a few different herbs in there, right? And so that is another way. Like maybe you're a person that you on and off fluctuate with hormonal issues, and so you might deal with certain forms of depression. In a sense, you can really take Tantra and that sexual energy to help you get out of those states of being by stimulating yourself. Okay. Even with women, even with men too, but women, like, really you should be massaging your breasts, the lymph nodes of your body, that whether you're male or female, if you really need to get that energy moving, you can get like a cloth or a brush and brush your body in the bath to really stimulate, activating the nadi system, right? Activating the nerves, activating your subtle body, allowing for the lymph nodes to travel in your body in a healthy way, so that they are stimulating the organs and going into that heart space, going into that womb space, right? And men, I know you don't necessarily like have wounds, so to speak, but you do have a cosmic wound that is connected to you, and you came out of a womb, men. So, you still can have that activated space. You just allow yourself to connect with your reproductive system. Another way is, so we spoke about the brushing to stimulate that, bringing the oxygen to your blood. Taking a cold shower can definitely bring up your vibration, right? Or you might want to take a hot shower or bath to kind of bring in that nurturing, right? So maybe you're a person that you're not so stimulated by sensations. You're more of a mental kind of person. So that warmness, right? The warm water definitely will bring in that nurturing stimulation energy for you to really start getting connected with feeling. It's going to get connected with emotions. It's going to get connected because it's warm. It's keeping you warm. When a man's shaft goes into a woman, he's going into a warm space. It's hot in there. Oh yeah, you get real hot. You start sweating. It doesn't matter if you got the AC on and a fan. All right. Right. So that warmness, that warm space, really allowing for the emotional aspect to catch up with the mental, right? That's a form of Tantra. That's a form of alchemy. So you allow that stimulation to connect. You're connecting with the energies, the elements, in a way where it's like, even it doesn't have to be in a sexual way, but in a sensual way, in an intimate way, that is still sexual healing. That is still Tantra. Scents are important for me to connect. Oh, yoni steams to help open up that sacral for me. Yes, I love me like and it depends on every person and like my mood when it comes down to the yoni steams. As with scents, so like Egyptian musk is by far, like, I was like, yo, like, I love Egyptian musk, cinnamon, myrrh, jasmine, angelica root. Like, angelica root is really sweet in itself. You can put for some people, it's like lavender, or calendula. I did get a very purple vibration from somebody that was in the meditation with us, and I feel like you can possibly be a lot in your head too much, where everything needs to be practical. And so I definitely, like, I think the calming of the thoughts is definitely going to be something for you to submit to. And once you submit to that, like, your masculine energy is more dominant is what I'm picking up. Like, yes, it's purple and stuff, but your masculine energy is a bit more dominant. And maybe not always, but at this time of what I sensed, it was more dominant. And so you might really want to allow yourself to just receive from yourself, receive from the universe, allow yourself to really activate those energies, because you have such a natural high vibration within your being that you'll be able to manifest so much more quicker. If you truly allowed yourself to go in that space. Masculine energy is more dominant. Yeah, I realized today is Friday the 13th. Yes, let's get freaky, y'all. Purple is my favorite color. Oh my God, me with the purple. Egyptian musk is me. Yes, I love me some Egyptian musk. I have been researching Tantra energy lately. Learned that it can heal you so deeply. Yes, Tantra can even, it's not just, people make it seem like, okay, because I put like, let's talk about sex and everything. And when I speak of the cosmic orgasms, it's whatever you're fucking envisioning in your fucking mind. Like, I'm just saying a cosmic orgasm. Like, that cosmic orgasm doesn't even have to look like two people having sex at all. It can be whatever it is in your imagination, in your creation, in your being. And in that space, right? In that tantric space where your breath and all your elements are together. All your elements are together in a creative space. It's in a healing space as well as in a divine space. It's in an infinite space. It's in a resourceful space. So you have all the resources available to you. If what you want to create is a more healthy lifestyle for yourself, then that's what you get to create. If you want to create, for example, I have been eating bad. I was ready to change up how just my eating in a sense. And I was like, okay, I'm going to start like shifting my foods again and this, that, and the third. And so starting to like purge it out of my skin, right? And I don't necessarily like to have I don't normally break out. So when I start getting the breakouts, I'm like, getting yourself in a tantric space. You can even anything with rosacea. Now, of course, I have to put this disclaimer out there. I am not a medical practitioner, and so, those rules. If you got any medical conditions, you go see your PCP. That ain't me, but I'm going to just tell you based on my experiences and frequencies, right? You have the ability to shift yourself, renew your skin, renew your cells. Even with connecting with the crystals, for example, or the sound bowl. And to be honest, I got a little, me personally, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was getting a little bit frustrated that the sound bowl was kind of being resistant, right? Because I normally don't get any resistance with this by myself, but I have to also allow that that space was there, right? So whatever you are resisting, you could even push that orgasm to pressure bust pipes, right? And you might be the you like it rough type. So, yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. Maybe you just like it rough. You like to learn your lessons a certain way. And so, it might be like a breath of fire that might be having to really bring that energy up in a forceful way for you, as opposed to just subtle, gentle, just deep breathing, right? I like The fast pace is cool. It has its purpose, right? But so does the deep, slow breathing. It has another energy to it. So when you connecting with your breath and the different speeds of your breath, that's you start connecting with tantric energy, because now you start to learn how that energy is making love with your energy, and how you and that energy are one, how you and that energy are co-creating together in a space and creating a certain frequency, right? And so that becomes a form of tantra, and you can direct it into however you want to direct that energy, as long as it is equally yoked and matched. If you see that you are trying to get into a certain vibration, but maybe you're breathing a little bit too slow, and it's just not getting you there, then maybe you're gonna have to speed up your breath. Or it could be vice versa. Maybe you're just breathing too fast and you gotta slow down the breathing. It could also be that maybe you're breathing wrong. Maybe you're just breathing into your chest rather than into like your stomach area, your abdominal area, or even lower. Just really allowing for the expansion of your lungs to happen, rather than them feeling like they're collapsing and suffocating in a sense. So when you start making love to your breath, that's a form of tantra. When you're connecting with your breath, it's a form of tantra. When you're connecting with your flesh, when you start looking at your flesh as a form of a foundation, right? This is your largest organ in the body, right? And it is an organ, right? It's a sound, it's an instrument, right, for that universe that you live in, right? And when you allow it to become an orgasm with you, you can see how that organ is working for you and how it exchanges with different elements in you, and that becomes a form of tantra, right? So again, and the body being the largest organ for some people, even tantra. Now, this is gonna sound super wild and super crazy, but it is what it is. Like, if you're really thinking about it, right? Like, having sex with crystals, right? Like, we don't want to say, oh, I had sex with crystals, but like, there's females out there that will never admit to like having sex with crystals, but then they'll have like a yoni egg inside of their universe. What do you think is happening there? Because that definitely is a stimulation that's going on there, buddy, right? So that's all I'm gonna say about that, right? It's about perception, though, and how open-minded you are with yourself and with the truth and what is, right? And without being judgmental, because it is that judgment that creates that sense of resistance, right? But it doesn't even have to be like, or even men, whatever y'all do. Some men, I know some men that they go and they'll put a crystal up their, behind to get into their G-spot. So it's not just limited to women, to be honest. And it's not to be judgmental. It doesn't even have to be something that is internal, right? Or that's going internal, right? Although some people, they do crystal elixirs where they'll put crystals in their water. Now they're having the water and the crystal organically create chemistry together, right? They're having an orgasmic collision together, and they're transforming what was once H2O and whatever element the crystal is into a new element, and then you are swallowing that, drinking that like a holy grail of infinite resources for whatever it is that you wanted that elixir for, right? And so even placing like the crystals over your body or wearing it as jewelry, like, it is definitely creating a sensation. It's vibing with your frequency in a certain way, and so energetically, that sensation, that is tantra. That is tantra. And that is how They are making love with you. You are making love with them. And now y'all are creating a new vibration for your being, for your world. Whether it's to uplift your vibrations, to bring you good luck, to bring you good health, to bring you good wealth. Whatever it is, that is a form of Tantra. Let me read this really quick. I've been getting purple message so much lately, even though it is not my favorite color. But even wrote down when you said deep purple in the beginning, you mentioned purple to me even last night. Oh, I don't even remember that. Deep purple, that you are a star seed, free to be able to create. I ran to write it. A star seed. Yeah, you're a star seed wanting to be free to create. Like, free to create. Be free. Like, want it, be it. You know, you don't... Even when you want something, when we say we want something, we're telling ourselves that we don't have it. And wordplay can be a form of Tantra, right? Because our thoughts are the first steps to creating the words that's happening, right? It has to happen in spirit before it happens in the physical. And even our throat, you know, they have vocal cords, and they start getting stimulated and moving in a certain frequency to deliver that, right? So they give birth. It gives birth. It is another portal. It's another gate, right? That's a form of Tantra. Also, if, like, you know, kissing, like they say, when you're kissing another person for a certain amount of times, like, you're activating so many different nadis, so many different nerves, that you can actually create a healing chemistry in the brain, in the throat, in the ears, in your emotional body. That's a form of Tantra. When you give a hug to another person, if you're such a physical person, even giving a hug can be very healing. That is a form of Tantra. That is a form of sexual healing, right? And we're saying sexual healing, but it's not sexual in a way. It's more sensual. It's more intimate, right? When we hear the word penetration, it's just what it means, what it is, and that can be done physically or not. But that is a form of sexual healing, when something is penetrating another thing. Some of y'all be having y'all Q-tips penetrating the shit out of y'all eardrum, having eargasms over there. That's Tantra. Y'all having a full-blown eargasm. Like, that shit feels good. Your eyes be rolling back and everything. Like, Tantra. Sexual healing. Right? I know it sounds silly, but it's for... Sometimes we need to heal the practical ways, so that we can open our minds and not think so, like, oh, it's so wrong or it's so bad. Like, when you really see that it is in everything, and you can embody that, you embody that sexual energy, you become holy, you become whole again, and you go on with your whole self, right? So that's all I really wanted to say. Is there any questions or any comments that y'all have? I know there's a lot more feminine energies in here than there is masculine energy. But again, that's just different types of frequency. Masculine energy being a bit more directive, right? And that is why they're protective, why they're dominant in a sense, right? Where feminine energy can be kind of like chaotic and all over the place, but it's so abundant. They're both really abundant. They're both really abundant with each other. So like men, if you are trying to practice Tantra, like some people are against semen retention and some people are for it. There's pros and cons to everything, right? So one aspect of like semen retention is that you are allowing yourself to have the cosmic orgasm experience without losing life source. So you're vitalizing yourself, you're energizing yourself, and you keep your energies high, right? The other side of it is that you are, depending on your diet, you're just constantly recycling those cells, and eventually they suffocate. They need to breathe, right? Because the semen lives with a certain temperature, and so now they become like dead cells and they need to be released. If not, it can cause other issues, right? So there's the pros and the cons to that. Whereas when a female ejaculates, it doesn't matter how much she ejaculates and everything like that, she doesn't lose any vital source. It's just, it's fluid, it's plasma, in a sense. With the men, if you aren't, so you can allow yourself to like train yourself to have the orgasm without creating like a sense of blue balls, in a sense. So that way, like you release that energy, and whether it's through working out or creating it in a different way, but definitely eventually having to physically release that. At least this is from my interpretation of that, the male reproductive system. But if there's someone that knows better, definitely equals a mental illness. Semen retention equals a mental illness in my home. Why? What do you mean by that? And if somebody wants to come on live with me, feel free to join as well. I'm open to allowing you to go live as well. I want this to be very interactive. Because in fact, Tantra and semen retention can heal mental illnesses. They can heal organs. They can heal. It's not just about the creative aspect as mentioned. Like you can use it to create an abundance of good health, to recalibrate the numbers in your body, to be in a state of ma'at, in a state of balance, that's going to serve you. He has to make love every night. If not, it's crazy. Okay, you can make love and still practice semen retention. Oh yeah. He can bang you out and still practice semen retention. And he can have an energetic orgasm and not feel like he has blue balls. It takes practice. It takes practice. He has to get acquainted with himself. He has to be able to know how to stop himself from coming while still having an orgasm, because to have an ejaculation is not necessarily the same thing as having an orgasm, because you can have an orgasm without an ejaculation, but you can't have an ejaculation without an orgasm. You know what I mean? A happy face. Oh yeah, like he has to. That's fine. And there's nothing wrong with that. Some people, they need to have sex all the time, and it's very physical for them. But that's just where they keep themselves in that space. And that's cool, because you know, we live in this foundation, we live in this realm where being grounded is important, right? It's important to be grounded. It's important to have our human experience. But that is also very primal, very animalistic, and lower. It's more dense. It's more dense than if you allowed yourself to be able to tap into it all. Because when you're able to tap into it all, you can like get banged out and bang them out all at the same time, and like continue that experience in many ways than you ever experienced before. It becomes now even the like the most basic of poses. For example, like missionary can be extremely intimate and lead you to an outer body experience. It can lead you can do eye gazing during that. That's a form of Tantra. That's a form of soul healing, sexual healing, soul collaboration, karmic exchange, energetic signatures too. You can have sex, and this is why even it's like they do sex magic. You know, it becomes more than just a physical body. You begin to envision what it is that you are trying to create, and then you live in that spirit while you are exercising the body to generate that source higher and higher and higher. But if you're not having that experience, you're probably not having good orgasms, or you probably haven't really had an orgasm before, and there might be some resistance in you that needs releasing. You know, you could, one of the exercises I even have people do is making love to themselves without touching themselves, and really looking through it through the mirror, right? And feeling what it would be like. Another one is very physical, very tangible, where you are touching yourself, and you are to not think about anyone else. The moment that your thought shifts to another person or another being, you are to shift it back into your space, so that you are getting acquainted with who you are on an energetic level. You get to recognize your energetic signature. You get to recognize what's uncomfortable in you, right? And then you can take that uncomfortability, sometimes even in breathing, right? You start to feel where in your body you're most dense, more heavy, right? And so now you can utilize Tantra to breathe into that space, to start releasing and healing. Let's say you just have a lot of shoulder pains, or you have, the shoulder, there's a lot of stress, and just breathing into that space. And like, even when I said like releasing it out of your bloodstream, releasing it out of your pores, like really give birth to it. Like, if you don't have children, just what it looks like to have children in your mind and your energy and what you believe, and that push, and like breathe and like push it out of you. You now create a release. You created an energy. You release it. You gave birth to whatever was in that space. You get it out of your body. Now you are responsible for that energy as well. And so you can transmute it and transform it. That's a whole other topic in itself, but those things are important as well. But that's a form of release, and that's a form of labor, right? Because you're putting in the work. That's why we have Labor Day, because you always put in the work and that energy, right? And stuff like that. So that's what it's all about, is really knowing how to maneuver your energy and being sensual with yourself. Oh, we are great at that. All right. So then I would say try something new. Because you can have amazing, great sex that way. And it's always exciting to try something new. Even if it's just one day. Like, see how much longer y'all can go. How much more rounds. Because there's people that they could end up like it'll be non-stop, right? And there's not necessarily like, eventually there'll be a semen retention and there might need to be like a little break, right? But when there's, I mean, a release, right? But when there's semen retention, right? When there's a semen ejaculation, then there's gonna be a need for a break. It's just common sense. It is what it is. It's biology. The man needs a little break to regenerate himself, right? Even if it's for a couple seconds, it doesn't mean that he doesn't stop being hard. He can still be hard, but like he just like needs a little break to like regenerate, right? Whereas if there was the orgasm with the semen retention, there's so much energy built up, that he can just keep going and going and going as well. Like a lot of the times it's the woman that just can keep going and going and going. And then also they'll be able to discover like different reasons as to why they feel like they need it a lot, because you're gonna want to use that energy. I mean, sex is great, right? And you could do it every day, all day. But if that's the only way that you're using your sexual energy, and there's no intentions in there, then you might want to put intentions, just to be like, you know what, like, let's do something new. We have sex every day. Let's do it with intentions this time. And practice on eye gazing with each other and chanting what it is that you're going to manifest together. What are you manifesting together? And start chanting and breathing it. Or even if you're not chanting it out loud, you know, you both have it in your thoughts and you breathe at the same pace. Breathe at the same pace, having your chakras aligned at the same alignment. The same alignment. I would get us more into Tantra. Yes. Awesome. I mean, I'm not telling you what to do with your love life. That's all on you. It's an experience. That's all. You can take my advice. You can leave it. It is what it is. I think we need to try Tantra too. I really need to balance my chakras. Menopause is whipping my butt. Oh, yes. So that's an interesting one, right? Because according to like old sciences and stuff like that, like they say menopause is not really normal, because of the hormones, like, and stuff. But then there's sciences that say like it's completely normal, right? But either way, whether it is normal or not, I'm not here to tell you. That's like the same thing with the periods, where they say, you know, it's normal to not bleed, if you're a vegan, if it's or, you know, plant-based or whatever, and it's normal to bleed, you know. All of that is all hormonal. So I would definitely say that allow yourself to get into a space of knowing where your health is at, and just documenting your experiences of how you start to regulate your hormones in a different way, because it doesn't necessarily have to. For example, you can experience a menstrual cycle without experiencing cramps or bloatiness or any pains, and just even know when your menstrual cycle is gonna happen. And you could also experience menopause without the mood swings, without people think, oh, because, and that has a lot to do with like the diet and the movement. Again, and Tantra would definitely help with that. The diet will help, the movement, the exercises, right? Definitely like maybe happy baby, right? I believe that's the pose where you are like, you're holding onto your toes, you're in this position upright and like swinging back and forth on the side. Happy baby is a great position for any type of wound healing work, or even with the hormones, inversions, any type of inversion. So like, let's say, you can't, your body's not that flexible, or you may have certain back pains. A form of an inversion that you can do is laying down on your back and keeping your legs like an L shape on a wall. That is a form of an inversion. It's almost as if your heart is over your head. The blood is circulating now in a circular rotation, and it allows for certain balance of your chakras to be taking place there. And that is yoga, right? That's a form of healing, right? And you're doing it in a way with the intentions. Now you put the intentions of helping this inversion, helping you regulate your hormones. Now you allowing for that asana, that position, to become tantric yoga. There's also for like females, men can do it too, but it's more for like females. It's yin yoga. That can help with that. Hot yoga can help with that. I believe the steaming can, I have to double check on that. But steam rooms or a sauna definitely can help with that. Yes, because your periods are terrible. Between gastric bypass, weight loss, gain, menopause has severely messed with sex and intimacy. So that's a lot of like solar plexus needing to heal in that space. So that inversion definitely will help with that. It definitely sounds like the lymph nodes need stimulating. So the body brushing, right? The body brushing, the breathing. Definitely, I would recommend maybe having more teas, maybe before and after 30 minutes or an hour before and after every meal, allowing for that warmness to really help with the digestive system, right? Because when you have a clean gut, it allows for you to have a more healthier environment in the rest of your body. And so now like the acid gets to create a healthy chemistry with, the rest of the breakdowns, the rest of, like the liver, the spleen, the pancreas, the gallbladder, etc., right? Going into those places to clean out and filter that which needs the filtering, so that when it's digesting down, your reproductive system is a lot more cleaner, it's a lot more happier, it's a lot more relieved, it's not so much in stress because of all the other organs being in stress mode. And even maybe like a what is it, a clonic, something like that, but like the purge out the backside. Can I think right now? An enema. You might be backed up in your root chakra, to really like, we use the bathroom every day, but there's still a lot of residual, toxins that stay in the lining of the intestines and everything. And so just cleaning that space out will also allow for your hormones to regulate themselves. And that's, when you're putting an enema, you're putting something inside of you. That's tantric. And if you let me tell it, that's tantric, right? So because then you have to sit in a certain position. You sit with that energy and that element, and you're breathing into it until you're releasing and you let it go, and then your body gets to like function more. It also will help with like body order in a sense, and the bloatiness. You'll be less bloated. Let me see. And all of that, because that's all like with the hormones too. So even like working with the throat chakra, right, to allow yourself to activate your thyroid glands. Sorry, I had a call. Activating the thyroid glands to stimulate the rest of the digestive system in a healthy way. There's certain foods for all of that. I swear, every time I watch your videos, you inspire me to get back right and get on point. And listen, it's a mental thing too. It's all a mental thing. Like, it is a physical thing, and that's the science to it, but it's a mental thing too. So, like, they'll say, like, I know people get mad. I don't care what you feel about this, but like, Bobby Hemmett one time was like, you can have soda, and and it'll cure you if you let with cancer or whatever. If you tell it in your mind that this soda gonna cure you, then that's what it's gonna do. Or you let Donald Trump tell it, he'd be like, yo, go drink some Clorox. They're in both cases they were being extremely sarcastic, right? But it's a mental thing. It's what you believe. So if you believe that you need to be, now, not saying that they don't have a chemical process of chemistry that work with us to heighten the experience, because it does. It does make a difference, because they have vitamins and nutrients in them. Everything is a chemical reaction. It's an energetic exchange, right? So the foods are going to stimulate a certain energy with you that you might already be lacking. And that can help with that. Maybe that's what you feeling like you need. But if you telling yourself, there's people that they tap into their magic. They're completely healthy. They're disease free. And they eat whatever they want, because they have already activated a certain level of ecstasy within themselves to birth whatever experience they truly want to experience in this realm and create it as a reality. And so they are detached from this comforts, this eases. They are detached while embracing the attachment of the earthly experience in their body. That is Tantra. That's your abuela. I'm telling you, and then they be so healthy, and you're like, yo, how can you eat that and I can't? Well, you're telling yourself that you can't. And then also knowing your energetic signature also helps to know, what star system you come from, or you have in you that's most prominent in this lifestyle, in this lifetime, right? For your experience, so that you can nurture and feed that aspect of yourself in this now. Not to say that you don't carry other genetics in your full God body, right? But in this body, and being practical also with the God body, we have a certain alignment that we came into this world with. And when you get acquainted with that, you get to know what foods are better. Like Ayurveda is really good with that. They connect with the star systems, with the body, and etc., and really allowing it to serve your body in a certain way while connecting with the foods. She drinks Pepsi and eats greasy Spanish food every day, and she is a healthy 84-year-old goddess. Beautiful. Well, look at her with her bad self, right? I can if I chose to. I just wasn't always a fan of soda myself. So, but there's times I allow myself to indulge in it, and when I do, I don't allow any guilt or any of that to put any added stress onto my organs, right? And into my digestive system, right? And it also allows for you to see again how connected you are to the essence of your spirit while being grounded in your experience, right? That's what Tantra is really mostly about. It's so that you can be at that space of knowing how to birth anything into your reality and knowing your energy and embodying that to your greatest potential while physically living in an experience. Your mom practiced Ayurveda. It has helped her deal with her chemo. Beautiful. Yeah. I mean, there's so many different, even like Chinese medicine, even like just in general, our ancestors, like it's very nature. It's natural. It's natural. Every food comes from a certain like star system, from a certain planet. They grow in a certain environment. They have a more predominant gender. They have a more predominant element to them, and when we eat them, like, it becomes that, as well as with the plants, so you integrate that into your DNA. Now you have access to all those energies. Now you have access to all those spirits and how to tap into that and allow that to work in your favor. Right now they're your spirit guides. That Tantra can bring you to that connection. It's almost like that outer body experience where you're connecting with all those entities, right? That's in your cells, that's in your blood, that's in your just in you, right? And in your cosmic body, in your physical body, and you create that relationship with yourself, right? And those entities, and you build your contracts there, you build your intentions there, and you love it, and you come back to self, and with that self and that cosmic self and creation, y'all collide together in an orgasmic ecstasy of love with one another, and now you have the intention working in your favor, and those are the spirit guides that's doing the work, right? Those are your spirit guides now. They're your spirit guides, and they're guiding the way, and they're acting upon your commands. Upon your commands. And you have authorized them to do so. And sometimes, we feel like, damn, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Let me step back, and I give full authority to my spirit guides to intervene, and then they can do more if there's more to be done, if they need to intervene, right? Because now you've given that permission. But if you don't give that permission, they can't do that, right? So I know this kind of like went all over the place. Hopefully it made sense. I am gonna have to let you guys go in a moment. Is there any other questions? Hopefully I was able to give y'all an experience of what Tantra looks like, right? And again, that experience is really based on you and how you allow yourself to go as deep as you can go, or as shallow as you allow yourself to go. And hopefully I was able to provide some useful information for you. May you all have a very happy Friday. Peace, y'all.